is built on nothing less than Jesus' blood and righteousness. And I dare not trust the sweetest frame, but wholly trust in Jesus' name. So when darkness seems to hide His face, I rest on His unchanging grace. In every high and stormy gale, my anchor holds within the veil.
Thank you very much, thank you. Well, good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
For any of you who don't know who I am, my name is Paul, and this is my amazing good lady wife, Ruth. Okay, so make sure you go and introduce yourself to her later on as well. And we live in the town of Lancaster, and I have two jobs really. Well, the third one is looking after my amazing wife, but that stands to reason, doesn't it really? I part-time do this job, which is telling Bible stories using the medium of balloon art. I am a balloon artist because calling yourself that, you can charge more. Okay? But if you want to be really specific, I'm a balloon twister. Okay? A balloon artist that twists balloons. And that's one of my part-time jobs, and the other one is I repair incubators for smallholders. Okay, but most of my time is telling Bible stories with balloons, but I do also do private parties if you so wish. Okay, so that's just a bit of a plug. Okay, so if your child likes balloons, talk to me later. Okay, so today, Resurrection Sunday, we are going to tell the story from last Sunday was Palm Sunday, and today is Easter Sunday. So we're going to start with Palm Sunday, and we're going to finish with this morning's celebration of the resurrection. Now, it's not just going to be me standing here playing with balloons. This is 100% interactive. And if the children don't come up, then I'm sorry, adults, you're going to have to step in. Okay? Just before we start, a bit of health and safety. If anybody is allergic to latex, please go right to the back. If you have a genuine fear of balloons, I suggest that you move to the back as well. I will stay to the front, but I cannot promise what happens to the balloons once they leave my hand. Okay, so they're just a little bit of housekeeping to keep the insurance people happy. So, starting off, we're going to head back 2,030 years. And we're just outside Jerusalem. And there is a man standing there with some of his very, very, very special friends. Okay, do you want to come down here? Okay, do you want to go a bit further back? Do you want to sit a few here? Just watch Clive's tripod though. Okay. Excellent. Look at all these children. We've got a bunny rabbit here. There's no bunny rabbits this morning. Okay. 2,000 years on. We're just outside Jerusalem. And there's a really special man with some of his very, very, very special friends. Can anyone tell me who the special man was? Jesus! Right. Can we have, for this one, I think we should have a boy. Would you like to be Jesus, sir? You come to the front. And what is your name? Reuben! Excellent! Right, Reuben. That's a good biblical name as well. Reuben. For the next half an hour, your name's Jesus. Is that all right? Yeah. So what's your name? Excellent, Reuben. Now, for the next half an hour, your name is? Reuben, you just stand over here a little bit. Stand over here a little bit. A bit further back. Okay. You're just outside the city of Jerusalem. Okay, you've got to imagine this. And you're with some of your very, very, very special friends. Do you know, or you can help here, what Jesus' special friends were called? Disciples. They were the disciples. Now, we're not going to get 12 up, because then we'll end up with half the congregation at the front. Okay? So now, is there any more children at the back here that haven't come to the front? Please put your hands up as well. Okay? So we'll choose 2. Alright? So we'll have you, and is this your brother? Excellent. You come to the front as well. Okay, you stand there. Okay, so you 2 represent how many disciples did Jesus have? He had 12. Oh, your Sunday school teachers are amazing, aren't they? Okay, so you 2 represent how many disciples? 12. Okay, you're just outside Jerusalem. You're going to come into Jerusalem with Jesus, and Jesus asks you to go and find something. An animal. A donkey! So, hands up, Jesus. Hands up. Put your hands up like this. Both of them. Ooh. So, Jesus goes and says, find a donkey. Now, I'm going to hold on to his ears. Hold on to his ears. Now, there was something very, very special about this donkey. Does anybody know what was special about it? Well, it is a balloon. But when I know it is a balloon. This is one of my really cool balloons. Okay, well, the special thing about Jesus' donkey was it had never, ever been ridden before. Now, is there any horsey people in the room? Hand up if you're a horsey person. There's no horsey people in the room. Oh, sorry, no. Now, what would happen if you jumped on a horse that had never been ridden? It would throw you off, okay? So what you have to do with it, what do you call it when you train a horse for you to be sat on it? You break it, okay? So you break the horse so you can sit on it. This donkey hadn't been broken. So, the amazing miracle of the Easter story, the first miracle, was Jesus got on a donkey that had never been ridden, hadn't been broken, and what didn't it do? It didn't get thrown off. So, that was a miracle. Jesus sat on a donkey that had never, ever, ever been sat on before. Isn't that amazing? So, do you want to go a bit further back? Now, there was loads of talk in the city about Jesus coming. Now, was everybody upset and angry, or were they really excited? Really excited. So, we need a crowd of people, don't we, to be really excited. And for this one, we'll get 10, and then they'll go and sit down. So, we can have all of you, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do you all want to come up? Do you 2 want to go up? Right, so can we have 5 here? You stand here. Okay, your friend next to her. You next to her. You come this way. Okay, bit further away, bit further away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come a bit further. Okay, we need 10. Or should we just do the 8? We'll do 8. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4. Do you want to come here? You stand here. Sorry, Clive, this one's going to be behind you. Okay, you come over here. You stand opposite this young lady here. Stand here. Stand there, opposite this young lady. Okay, you come this way, opposite this young lady. Bit more space, bit more space. We need a bit more space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need 2 more. Can we have 2 more? Do you 2 want to come up? Right, we're going to have 2 adults. This young lady, do you want to come? Have you got 2? You can come, the parent can come with them as well if they're only little. No, they're not coming. Right, Ruth, you're going to have to step in 1 here. Right, we need 1 more. We need 1 more. There we go. Excellent. Okay, there's 1. So, when they came in to Jerusalem, What were they waving about? And what else? Palm trees and coats, that's right. But now with no balloon coats, they would have taken ages. So we've got some balloon palm leaves. Here we are. There's one. There's one. Okay, there's one. There's one. Oh, don't get too excited, Ruth. Dear me. Now, if you take this home, you've got to be good. All right. Right, come this way a little bit more. Everybody, come this way to this line here. Right. Now, are you ready, Jesus? Are you ready, crowd? Does anybody know what they shouted when Jesus came into the city? Begins with H. Hosanna! Right, so everybody else, this is the adult participation, you've got to all shout Hosanna as well. Are you ready? So Jesus, when they start shouting Hosanna, I want you to go to the black bags and then come back again. Is that alright? And I want you, the disciples, to follow him. Is that okay? After 3. Are you ready? Right, have you got, now don't bang them on the head, will you? Okay? We don't want to get sued. Alright, okay. Are you ready? So you go to the back bags and come back. Are you ready? After 3, everybody starts shouting Hosanna. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Hosanna! 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 And we'll do it again. Go on, do it again. Do it again. Hosanna! 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 Excellent! That was very loud. Excellent. So, put these on here, but don't worry. You'll all get a balloon later on. You'll get all these balloons later on. But we just don't want you to play. Yes, you can take these home. But we just don't want you to play with them during the service. Okay? So make sure you come to me after and we'll give those all out. So do you want to all sit down? All right. Sit down on the floor here. And yeah, get a round of applause. Okay. Jesus, put your hands up in the air. And we'll take that off. Now you remember to come later on and you can take that home. Is that alright? Okay, but we'll leave it here for now. Okay, but you make sure you come to me later on. Okay, give that to Ruth. No, Jesus, you're going to stay up here. Stay up here. Stay up here. That's great. Excellent. So, Jesus was in Jerusalem. They were all very excited. And he met up with his disciples. Okay, and Jesus called them all together. How many? 12. And he went into a special room and had a meal. What is your favourite food? Favourite food? Yeah. What's your favourite food? Your favourite food? Pizza. Pizza. Put your hand up if you like pizza. Oh! I'm going to tell you mine. Okay? So if anybody invites me for Sunday lunch, right? Mine is lamb roast.
No.
Ooh! Right? Brilliant. Excellent. Okay, so Jesus and his disciples went up to the upper room and had a meal. So would you like to come to the upper room? And we'll stand here in the upper room. Come on. Come on. That's it. You guys sit there. Okay. Otherwise, we'll have everybody up. So but there's other things to do in a minute. So, Jesus, you have a meal. Okay. Now we don't know what they had. They might have had pizza. I don't know. Okay. But they all had a meal together. And then Jesus did something really, to the disciples, really strange. Does anybody know what he might have done?
So he broke bread and said, "This is my body," and he got...
Yeah, the first one first, and then we'll do the second one. So he broke some bread. Okay, so I'm going to look in here and see if we've got some bread. Does that look like a loaf of bread? Is that like a French stick? Yeah, you can feel it. See, that's made out of balloons. Yeah, you feel it as well. See?
Why do you make it out of balloons?
Because that's my job. But I'm sure the fellowship lunch will have some real bread. Okay? So, Jesus, what did he do with the bread?
He snapped the bread in half and said, "This is my body."
Excellent. So he broke the bread and said, "This is my body broken for you." So Jesus, you give it to your two disciples. Don't try and bite it. Okay, otherwise it'll burst on your face. Okay, be careful. Is that funny? So, he gave them the bread, and he broke the bread. And then,
He took some wine and said, "This is my blood."
he took some wine, so we need a cup. Now, we've had a bit of a challenge with my cups. Okay, but does that look like a cup? Yeah, no. Okay, all right, we've had a bit of a challenge with the cup, but it was the better one than the one that I did at Horsewhip the other week, okay? So, this is my cup full of, it wasn't blood, it was wine. So, this is my body, this is my blood shed for you. So you take some, and then give it to your disciple, and give it to the other disciple. Take a drink. Excellent, excellent, excellent at pretending. Yeah, is that good? And the disciples, they were all very, very confused about what all this meant. So we'll learn a bit later on what happens. Now, do you two want to sit down and we'll choose another two disciples? You two sit down. You come over here, Jesus. Can we have another two disciples? We'll have these two here. You two come up. Okay, so you're now representing the disciples. Okay, now, did you have lots of sleep last night? Hardly. Well, I'm going to tell you a little bit of secret. Right, because you know we had to put the clocks an hour forward. Well, I miscalculated and I ended up setting my alarm 2 hours forward. So I was up and ready at 7:30 this morning. And I realised it should have been 8:30. Okay, so me and Ruth have had even less sleep. Okay, because I set my alarm 2 hours early instead of only 1 hour early. But that meant we were all in plenty of time. Okay, so you've not had a lot, so you might be a bit tired. Well, after the meal, Jesus said to them, "We are going to go to a special garden and have a prayer." Does anyone know the name of the special garden? I should be looking at the back of the news. No, go on, begins with G. That's right. Are you a sister? No, you're just a friend. Go on, you shout it out. Gethsemane. Can you say that? That's it. Okay, the garden of... So this was a beautiful garden. And Jesus and his disciples went to the garden. So, we're going to go to the garden. Just over here. Are you ready? Come on. So we went over to the garden. And Jesus said to his disciples, "I want you to look out for me. I want you to look out for me." Can you say that? Yeah. So, disciples, you need to look out for Jesus whilst he goes and prays. Okay? So you stay there. Jesus, we're going to go and pray. So we're going to stand here. You stand there. And we're going to pray. Okay, so after a while, when Jesus was praying, he thought he'd go and check on his disciples. Let's go and check on them. What have they done? Have they fallen asleep? You shout at them and tell them to wake up. Go on, 1, 2. Wake up! Go on, tell them again. Wake up! Come on, disciples. Can't you stay awake? Go on, tell them. Can't you stay awake? Okay, so we're going to go and pray again. Alright? Check on them, are you ready? Tell them to wake up! Wake up! Come on, wake up! Wake up! They couldn't keep awake. They've not had any sleep, have they? And they were meant to be protecting you. That's awful, isn't it? Right. Whilst they were in the garden, there was a man, okay, and he betrayed Jesus. Do you know what betrayed means? It means like go against him, okay. And for some money, he was going to tell the guards who Jesus was, and they were going to arrest him. Okay, so we need a guard. Put our hands up for a guard. I'm going to come. You stand up. Okay. Oh no, it's a the other one. You hold the knife. Okay. You hold the knife. Okay. We could stand over here a little bit more, Jesus. Okay, you come over to Jesus. And you're going to be a couple of guards, but we'll just have you as one. And say, Jesus, I'm going to arrest you.
Jesus, I'm going to arrest you.
Okay, so you grab him by, but don't hurt him. Just grab him by his arm. And take him away. And the disciples, they went and sat down. Okay, you can come back here. We'll do that later on. Alright. So you stand here. Okay. Are you ready? Right. When they arrested him, they took him to see some governors. Okay, but it was late at night, and they had a bit of a chat together to see what they were going to do and accuse Jesus of. Now, after this conversation, they accused him of saying he was who? Say that again louder. The King of the Jews. That's right. The Son of
God.
Excellent. You've got brilliant Sunday school teachers. Excellent. So, the Son of God. And they said, this is blasphemy. So, in the morning, we're going to take you to see the big man. And he was, begins with P. Please, no, what was his name? Pilate. So, take that down. Would you like to be Pilate? Yeah, you can bring him along as well. You can bring your friend along. Do you want to sit down? Okay, we'll put one in there. Okay, you can bring along as well. You stand here. Okay, you stand here. And bring Jesus to Pilate. And the guards said, we want you to kill Jesus. And you say, why? Because he claims to be the Son of God. So we want to kill him. Would you kill him? But we want you to kill him. You say no. Okay. Then, Pilate has an idea. Once a year, he releases a prisoner. So, he got the most nastiest man in prison, and his name was, begins with B. Anybody else at the back? No. Barabbas, that's it. So you're going to be Barabbas. You want to stand this side. And there's a whole crowd, so everybody's the crowd. Okay? Everyone's the crowd. Pilate didn't want to kill Jesus, but he had an idea. If I get the most nastiest man in prison, they'll say to keep him in prison and release Jesus. No brainer. He is the most nastiest man in the world, in the whole prison system. He is the nastiest, awful person. Okay, you're not really, you just pretend. Okay. We'll make it up to you later on with a balloon. Okay. So, Pilate had an idea. And you say, I will release one of these.
I'll release one of my prisoners.
Yeah. Either Barabbas, you say it,
Either Barabbas
or
Jesus.
you decide.
You decide.
Excellent. So, all those who want me to release Barabbas, shout. And you go 1, 2, 3. And you all shout Barabbas. Release him. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3.
Release Barabbas!
You shout Barabbas. Barabbas! Crucify him! Oh, you can do better than that. Jesus!
Crucify!
Barabbas!
Release him!
Jesus!
Crucify!
Barabbas!
Release him!
And washed his hands. He washed. There we go. Excellent. He said, I wash my hands of this man's blood. I have to crucify him because the people said, but I wash my. It's symbolic of washing his hands because Pilate really didn't want to do it, but because the people demanded. Barabbas was set free, even though he was a nasty man, and Jesus was sent away to be crucified. Are you ready? So Pilate, you can go and sit down. Jesus, you stay there. So, let's just move these out of the way. Are you ready? Move these over here. And we've got another count them. That's 3. So, move these a little bit further. Okay. So, you're going to have to volunteer. Are you ready? So, Jesus, they took him away and put him on a cross. So, you come over here, Jesus. Okay, and you just stand there. Okay, you stand there. Now, who was the observant one who saw that we needed how many more people? Okay, do you want to be one?
Yeah.
You want, and this young lady here. Okay, so you stand there, and you stand by that cross. Now, we have something missing. Can anybody notice what we have missing? Well, yes. We could do nails. Okay, anything else that's missing?
Crown of thorns.
A crown. So, which one have they gone in? Oh, God. Here we go. Brilliant. So, we have a crown. What's missing? Oh, we need some thorns. Are you ready? So, we need some, these are balloon thorns, because if we had real thorns, it would just pop. So, we have a crown of thorns. Right. Do you want to just open your hands out? Just hold those for me. Put your other hand out as well. There we go. You just hold those for me whilst I put these in. Are you ready? So we've got a couple of thorns there. And we have a couple of thorns there. And we'll do 3 thorns there. Are you ready? Now, the crown of thorns, they weren't little thorns. They were massive, like 6-inch thorns. And they put it on his head. And this was to mock him. This was to make fun of him that he was a king. Alright, this was purposely to make fun of Jesus. Okay, I've got 2 more there. Are you ready, Jesus? This is your crown of thorns. Okay, come forward a little bit and then I'll put this on. There we go. So to mock him, to make fun of him, they put a crown of thorns because he said he was the King of the Jews. That's right. And Pilate put a sign up that said, "This is Jesus, the King of the Jews." Now, they wanted the sign to change to "He claims to be." That's why they wanted him arrested. But Pilate said, "No, I have put what I have put, that he is Jesus, the King of the Jews." And whilst he was on the cross, when he died, his last breath, the whole world went dark. And one of the soldiers said, "Surely this really was the King of the Jews." And there was a man named Peter, and he went to Pilate and said, I want Jesus' body. So he took it and put it in a tomb. So Jesus, you want to come here? Do you want to do the tomb? Want to sit down? So Jesus, you come this way. Okay? You just stand there. Okay, we're going to take your crown off you. Okay? Alright, now this is a big balloon. Now, after the service, we're going to have to pop this. But please don't pop this, because these are quite expensive balloons. And I've tied it so I can use it again. Alright? Even though it's absolutely fun to play with. So, Jesus was put inside the tomb. So do you want to get inside the tomb, Jesus? No, Jesus, if you go through there, go through the hole. Okay, you go through the hole and you just stay there. And my Ruth will come and look at you in a bit. Alright. And we shoved a big stone in the entranceway. Now, Pilate had heard that there was going to be rumours that Jesus was going to rise from the dead. But he said, what will happen is the disciples will come, steal his body, and claim to have risen from the dead. So I want some guards to secure it. Okay, you and you. Okay, come on, sir. You stand there. You stand that side. Okay, and you stand that side. Okay, and we need some guards. Okay, and you're gonna have big swords. Okay, there's a big sword. Okay, and you've got a big sword to protect and then you might need a shield as well. So you hold the shield. Okay, and you've got a shield as well. So you hold. Oh no, it's upside down. You hold that shield. Okay, so you guard. Make sure that nobody comes and tries and steals Jesus' body. Is that okay? Are you on guard? Are you on guard? Make sure nobody comes and steals his body. Now, whilst the guards were there, during the night as the morning was coming, somebody turned up. No, Fred, this is before any of his friends or anybody else turned up. Somebody special from heaven turned up.
An angel.
Excellent. You want to stand up? Are you an angel at home? You know, at least you admit it. At least you admit it. My wife's an angel. Okay. So, the angel turned up at the tomb, and the guards were so scared, they fell on the floor as though they were dead. The guards fell on the floor as though they were dead. Excellent. And the angel stood at, and there was a big, what did Alan say in the passage? Yeah, there was a big stone, but what happened in the morning? What was there? So, somebody shout it even louder. There was an earthquake, and the earthquake was so loud, so bad, the stone moved away. Let's put it over here, otherwise it might burst into the radiator. Are you alright with that? Okay. Okay. So, listen. Would you like to get up? In the morning, Mary and her friend Mary, but we'll just have one Mary, they were going to come and they were going to anoint his body with oils to preserve it. So she turns up and realises, have a look inside. There's no one there, but she sees the angel, and the angel says, why do you look for the living amongst the dead?
Why do you look for the living against the dead?
And you are confused. Where is Jesus' body? He is risen from the dead.
He had risen from the dead.
So Mary, and the other Mary, starts looking around trying to see him. And they actually run to see some of the disciples to tell them. They run back, and then in the garden, they see a man, and she doesn't recognise him. So she talks to him and says, have you seen Jesus?
Have you seen Jesus?
And Jesus says, Mary. Go on.
Mary.
And instantly, Mary realises that this is Jesus and kneels down to worship him. Excellent. She realised Jesus had really risen from the dead. Isn't that amazing? And that is what we celebrate this morning. That Jesus had risen from the dead. Now Jesus, just hold on with your swords. This is the most important thing of the whole Easter story to remember. Are you ready? Jesus had risen from the dead. And he was on earth for 40 days before he went into heaven. He didn't die, he went into heaven in a cloud. And over that time, 500 people saw Jesus. Now, why did Jesus have to rise from the dead? Can anyone tell me? Why he had to die and come back to life? To protect the people? Anything else? Anyone else? Can we have an adult? Why did Jesus have to die and rise again? Why did Jesus have to die and rise again? Come on, Alan.
From our sins.
Excellent.
Bring us life.
Bring us life and forgive us from our sins. Jesus was the only one that could do it because Jesus was the only perfect person ever to be on earth. So when he died, he sacrificed his body and he conquered death. So one day, for all those that love, know him and ask their sins to be forgiven, one day they will be perfect in heaven. Today on earth, we get sick, we get bullied, we get diseases, and we're going to die. One day, for all those that love and know the Lord Jesus as their Saviour and ask for their sins to be forgiven and follow him, one day we'll never die. We'll be in absolute paradise. No sickness, no death, no bullying. Everybody will be perfect and we will spend eternity, which is forever and ever and ever and ever and ever worshipping God. And that is an amazing, amazing thought and an amazing story. To know that the celebration we're having today means that we can be in eternity forever with God. Thank you very much for listening, and we should give them all a round of applause for helping. And if you all want to go back to your seats, when we finish, I'll make sure you all get a balloon. Thank you very much. Okay, you want to go back to your seat? You give me these, and we'll give you them all out later on.